Welcome everyone to today's 2022 Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce annual meeting. Disappointing that we are forced to once again meet via Zoom and can't be in person to not only enjoy a lovely breakfast, but also to see each other and catch up. Anyway, nonetheless, here we are. And on behalf of the Chamber Board of Directors, thank you for joining us today. We're happy to see you all. So first, I'd like to introduce the current Board of Directors. I am Gina Pattison, the chair of the board. Connie Burton with Burton Touch Car Wash. Michelle Corson, Brattleboro Savings and Loan. Bob Gammon, WTSA. Sean Garland, Vabier. Ross Gibson, the Richards Group. David Harlow, Downs Racklin Martin. Ryan Jennings, Community Bank. Tracy John, Vermont Country Deli. Carla Lineback, SIT. John Potter, Latches Theater and Latches Arts, and Chris Stoner, Twombly Wealth Management Group. Thank you to all of them for all of the work that they've done this past year and several years. Many have been on the board for many years. So big kind of round of applause for that great group and all the good work that they've done. We also have 3 individuals who are being nominated to join the board this year that we hope you will approve later in the agenda. That is Jackie Brady with the Richards Group, Nick Dubois with Edward Jones, and Jonas Murray with Mallison. So before we move to the business meeting portion, I want to take a moment to recognize our departing board members this year, Tracy John, Ross Gibson, and Ryan Jennings. Thank you, Tracy, Ross, and Ryan, for your years of service to the community. You've all contributed countless hours, whether it be going to meetings, planning the Jingle Bell Jog, doing some carpentry work, or attending local select board meetings. We are so grateful for your time and the dedication that you put into this organization. Thank you very much for that. And a special shout out to Tracy John, who also served several years as the board chair and put in so many hours of dedication. So thank you all very much for all of your time. All right, so at this time we would, we'll call the business meeting to order at 9:05, 9:06, I guess it just changed. First on the agenda here is the 2021 annual meeting minutes. So first order is to accept the minutes of the 2021 annual meeting. The minutes were mailed out on January 5th. So I hope you've had a chance to take a look at them. May I have a motion to accept the minutes of the 2021 annual meeting?
Motion to accept.
Great.
Second.
Here's a second. Great, Tracy. All those in favor of accepting the minutes, please raise your hand or put your little hand up in the box if you choose, or type it in the chat, whatever is easiest for you. I see someone in the chat here with this. Great, okay. Great, all in favor of accepting minutes, we're good. All opposed, raise your hand or type in the chat. I don't see any, so the motion carries. Thank you for that. Okay, moving on to the 2021 year-end financial report. I'll have our current treasurer, Michelle Corson, give a report on our 2021 year-end financial report.
Thanks, Gina. 2021 was a regrouping year for the Chamber. Our interim executive director, now our executive director, Greg, worked to bring back our membership following a year of disrupted enrollment. Our membership has proved loyal and has continued to support the Chamber. Numbers show that the runoff from lost memberships in 2021 has proved modest. Over 97% of anticipated membership revenue was realized, and in some membership categories far exceeded that. COVID has severely impacted the sorts of revenue yielding events the Chamber can produce. Our legislator breakfast was held over Zoom, and our traditional lunch with the governor, normally a successful event, was shelved. However, we were able to produce our perennial and highly popular retail promotion, holidays, Holly Nights, and business participation was nearly double from previous years. We are looking to continue growing this decades-long event through additional sponsorships and increased participation from our retail and dining merchants. Business sponsorships and community involvement led to a highly successful Jingle Bell Jog in December, and our revenue from this family-friendly event far exceeded the budget. Overall, because the Chamber's expenses were kept low and revenue exceeded our expectations, we were able to end the year well in the black and with an ambitious but cautious eye towards 2022.
Thank you, Michelle. Can I get a motion to accept the 2021 year-end financial report?
So moved.
Thank you, Ross. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second.
Great, Connie, thank you. All those in favor of accepting the 2021 year-end finance report, please raise your hand. Or put it in the chat, whatever you prefer. All opposed, raise your hand, put it in the chat. Seeing none, the motion carries. Thank you all for that. Next up, we have to elect our 2022 Board of Directors. Before we approve the full slate, I want to once again introduce the individuals who've been nominated to join the 3-year term. That is Jackie Brady from the Richards Group, Nick Dubois, Edward Jones, and Jonas Murray from Mallison. Ballots were emailed to the membership on January 5th, and the slate of Board of Director nominees was approved. So having been voted on by the Chamber membership, do I hear a motion to approve the names as presented for appointment to the Board of Directors?
So moved.
Second.
Great. All those in favor of approving the names for appointment as presented, raise your hand. I can't see all of the boxes, but I'm going to assume people are raising their hands. All opposed, please raise your hand. Motion carries. Great. Next up, Chamber Board of Directors is recommending the following to serve as officers for 2022. That is Gina Pattison, myself continuing as president, Sean Garland continuing as vice president, Chris Stoner, our new treasurer, and David Harlow continuing as secretary. Are there any other nominations? I guess I better flip through here before I say no. Doesn't look like there is. Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve the slate of officers as recommended?
So moved.
Thank you, Ross. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Connie. All those in favor of approving the slate of officers as recommended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Great. Congratulations to the officers and thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and now to the exciting part of the program. Each year we look forward to celebrating the businesses in town that have been in business, recognizing them for every 5 years that they've been in business. And Chris Stoner is going to kick it off for us this year by talking about the first business that we will celebrate.
Thanks, Gina. The Chamber would like to recognize Biologic Healthcare for 15 years. Biologic Healthcare was founded by Dr. Samantha Eagle in 2007. The practice is centered around the conviction that patients should have access to conventional as well as lifestyle, functional, and preventative medicine using evidence-based approaches with proven results. The practitioners believe in finding the root cause of symptoms, which are often interconnected with other issues. They take the time to understand patients' needs and create achievable, individualized treatment programs. Patients are encouraged and supported as they make informed choices to become their healthiest. BH is resilient in navigating the challenges facing healthcare and offers telemedicine to its patients and COVID vaccinations to area residents. Biologic Healthcare remains committed to incorporating new ways of promoting the well-being of its patients and the community. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Biologic Healthcare on its 15th anniversary of doing business in Brattleboro.
Thank you very much for that.
Let me just insert here quickly. I have all the certificates here at the office, so I can arrange to drop them off for you, or I can mail them to you, or you can stop by and say hello and pick it up. It's all up to you. And if you let me know what you'd like to do, I'll arrange for that. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Congratulations, Samantha, Dr. Eagle. Okay, Greg, you're up.
So Supreme Fitness, 15 years. Supreme Fitness was founded in November of 2006 by current owner Carla Grant. Supreme Fitness provides a clean, safe, and friendly environment where a diverse body of members may pursue a variety of fitness goals. They are supported by a staff sensitive to the needs of individual members. Supreme Fitness features a wide variety of equipment to suit many different types of people of various ages and ability levels. Whether your goal is to lose weight, build muscle, have energy, or just feel good about yourself, our facility offers friendly, personable staff and a variety of classes to help you meet and exceed your fitness goals. The Chamber is very pleased to recognize Supreme Fitness on its 15th anniversary of doing business in Brattleboro.
Congratulations, Carla and Supreme Fitness. And next up, Ross. Yeah.
So we're here to talk about Estey Organ Museum on their 20th year in business. Estey Organ Museum is proud to commemorate and honor its 20th anniversary. Organized in 2001 in conjunction with the Brattleboro Historical Society and incorporated in 2002, the museum collects, preserves, and interprets the physical and cultural heritage of the Estey Organ Company and promotes the continued use and enjoyment of Estey organs. Founded in 1846, the Estey Organ Company, world-renowned for its signature reed, pipe, and electronic organs, operated for well over a century. The company produced over 500,000 reed organs and over 3,000 pipe organs. It contributed to the development and growth of Brattleboro by assisting its churches, organizing firefighting companies and militias, and as a source of electricity. Once Brattleboro's largest employer, the historical and musical legacy of the Estey Company cannot be overemphasized. The Estey Organ Museum is one of the most noteworthy treasures of nonprofit museums in Vermont. In the future, it will continue to connect us with our past and maintain an appreciable collection of working organs and other related ephemera, open for the public perusal and enjoyment. The Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is pleased to recognize the Estey Organ Museum on its 20th anniversary of doing business in Brattleboro.
Congratulations. Connie.
Connie,
You're
you're
on mute,
muted
Connie.
still, hun.
Okay,
There you
we'll start
go.
again. This is to celebrate the 40th year that the Brattleboro Historical Society has been in existence. For centuries, the Abenaki Sokoke people have lived here at the convergence of the Connecticut and West Rivers. Europeans arrived and staked their claim in 1724 by building Fort Dummer along the shores of the Connecticut as the first permanent colonial settlement in Vermont. Yet only in 1982, 40 years ago, did townspeople form the Brattleboro Historical Society. Volunteers and donations came together. So many interesting personal and public items have come through the doors in 40 years. Business and library signs, street lamps, even contemporaries Murray Cabot's and Rudyard Kipling's memoirs, ski jump ribbons, a silver tea service from the American House Hotel, a model of the West River Railroad, beautiful Swedish clothing, printing and telephone equipment, pharmacy script, mortgage records, articles on the lives of Indigenous, African, and Chinese Americans living here, and of course, Estey organs. The Brattleboro Historical Society is an all-volunteer labor of love and inspiration for people of all ages, sharing stories of our living landscape. BHS's artifacts and articles testify that children and adults from all walks of life make a difference in building and maintaining a sense of community, joy, and success here. A growing collection of 10,000 photos offers wide choices for your business walls and residences. Watch for the popular Brattleboro area middle school students' contributions to historic features in Saturday's Brattleboro Reformer and on podcasts. Open the updated website and Facebook postings to view the past all around us that is prologue to our mutual future. Share your stories as Brattleboro approaches its 250th anniversary in 2025. Let us talk and meet together the best we can, by appointment for now. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Brattleboro Historical Society on the 40th anniversary of its doing business in Brattleboro.
Thank you so very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have Tracy.
In 2022, Youth Services is celebrating 50 years of helping families thrive while building community. Since 1972, Youth Services has worked to build resilience and be a catalyst for change. Each year, thanks to hundreds of volunteers and donors, the organization works with an average of 1,500 children, youth people, and adults. With a commitment to justice and equity, Youth Services strives to ensure all clients receive services regardless of their ability to pay. Youth Services currently offers 20 different programs that are grouped under 4 program areas: youth development, restorative justice, workforce development, and clinical services. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Youth Services on its 50th anniversary of doing business in Brattleboro.
Wonderful. People's United Bank, 180 years. People's United Bank.
Sorry.
People's United Bank was originally chartered as the Bridgeport Savings Bank on December 24th, 1842. Deposits at the end of the first week of business totaled $97, and the bank's first employees were leading citizens in Bridgeport, Connecticut, who accepted no salaries. It was 10 years before a clerk was hired at $2 per week. Today, People's United Bank is a diversified financial services company with over $44 billion in assets and over 5,000 employees in Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, and of course here in Brattleboro, Vermont. The Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is pleased to recognize the People's United Bank on its 180th anniversary of doing business in Brattleboro. Congratulations. It's a long time, but not even the longest. Carla will share with us the next.
Thank you, Gina. So, what has 88 legs, is 3,713 years old, lives in downtown Brattleboro, and is celebrating its 188th anniversary? It's the residents of Garden Path Elder Living's Holton Home and Bradley House. Founded in 1892, Holton Home is 130 years old this year. Bradley House began serving seniors in 1964 for a combined total of 188 years of service. Make them part of your family's tradition of care by visiting gardenpathelderliving.org today, where, as they say, the residents do not live in our facilities, we work in their home. Apply as a resident and benefit from the quality care and robust activities, or join their dedicated staff team today. Garden Path Elder Living, community living for elders in Southern Vermont. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Garden Path Elder Living on 188 combined years of doing business in Brattleboro.
Wonderful. Thank you and congratulations again to all the businesses for many, many years of doing business here in Brattleboro, the Brattleboro area. So now the biggest secrets of the year to be revealed. I'm happy to be able to kick off the Chamber Member of the Year. This year's Chamber Member of the Year Award might be better described as the Chamber Members of the Year Award, with emphasis on members, plural. Then again, it might be even better described as the Chamber Members of the Year's Award, with emphasis on years, plural. A century ago, in the winter of 1922, the local newspaper reported a committee of Brattleboro residents wanted to clear trees from a hill on Cedar Street so a few adventurous souls could strap boards to their feet and jump off a peak 30 stories high at speeds up to 60 miles per hour. They called it a leap of faith, but not even they could foresee what it all would snowball into. Ever since Brattleboro native Frederick Henry Harris first proposed what's now the Harris Hill ski jump, generations of friends, family, and neighbors have gathered along the slope each February to celebrate a sporting tradition first introduced in town on February 4, 1922. Over the past 100 years, the Hill has evolved from a simple launch pad and landing strip built for $2,000 to a $600,000 world-class venue that's the only Olympic-sized ski jump in New England and one of a mere 6 of its size in the nation. The annual competition draws not only dozens of athletes from North America and Europe, but also thousands of spectators who support Brattleboro shops, restaurants, and hotels, all helping to put the town's ski jump on the map, as well as on everything from our welcome signs to environmentally friendly pay-as-you-throw trash bags. Sorry, going here. Throughout the ups and downs of the past 10 decades, from the Great Depression to World War II to the arrival of the interstate and the internet, local volunteers have made everything happen, be it early organizers at the Brattleboro Outing Club to the current nonprofit Harris Hill Ski Jump organization. Supporters are ready to welcome the community back to the jump this President's Day weekend, when they will celebrate the Hill's centennial with fireworks on Friday night, February 18, and competition on Saturday and Sunday, February 19 and 20. To honor these volunteers, past, present, and future, the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is pleased to present its Chamber Member of the Year Award, or should I say Chamber Members of the Year's Award, to the Harris Hill Ski Jump. Congratulations. And who do we have? I see Pat is here. I've got so many faces, but we'd love to open up if you have a few words to say. Anyone on the committee?
Thank you, Gina. You said it all. You took my speech. We are so pleased to be honored and recognized by the Chamber. This, even for someone like myself who's been involved for so many years, I stop in my tracks when I realize that this is a monumental milestone, an unbelievable achievement to think that for 100 years, we've been ski jumping in Brattleboro. And you were right. This award, this recognition belongs to the town, the people in the town, especially the organizing committee, but the volunteers and so many people in the town who give their time, their expertise, their know-how to make this happen, whether it's the hundreds of volunteers on the weekend of the event who turn out to sell tickets and mark on the hill. Not a great job. You stand in one place for the entire jump and mark the jump where the jumpers land. You have to be pretty tough to do that. But there are literally hundreds of people who make this happen. And so I would say that this award belongs to everyone and to the town of Brattleboro for this amazing event that has hosted US Cup championships, Olympic trials, national championships, and the prestigious FIS certified competitions right here in our little town of Brattleboro. So I say, Fred would be proud of all of us. Thank you so much. And please, everyone, turn out Friday night. The BOC and the ski jump are both celebrating 100 years, of course, because Fred founded both. And we're going to have fireworks and exhibition jumping, not competitive, but kind of fun jumping Friday night, because we've now got lights and can jump at night. So please come out. It's free. And it's our way of saying thank you to the town.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pat. And thank you for all that you do to make this event happen. I know that there are several other members on the call here. So thank you to all of you for all that you have done and continue to do. I'm now going to pass it on to Tracy to talk about the Entrepreneur of the Year.
Thanks, Gina. I'm excited about this. Our next award is given to honor the Entrepreneur of the Year. This is our newest award, first given in 2016 to the Hermit Thrush Brewery. It's an important award because it acknowledges both sacrifice and investment of both the time and financial variety, and all to support that I've got an idea moment that blossoms when someone sees and seizes an opportunity. Our honorees this year are 3 individuals from very different world experiences who came together because of a common passion. The first of the 3 was born in Pennsylvania, but came to Brattleboro at a very young age. The son of parents involved in the hospitality industry, he would one day own and operate a successful local inn of his own, but it was his love of craft brewing that would ultimately bring him into a circle with 2 others. This is really where the story begins. A chance meeting in 2011 at a Vermont Innkeepers Conference brought our 3 honorees together over a beer at the Harpoon Brewery in Windsor. The other 2 entrepreneurs had moved to Brattleboro in 2006 from New Jersey to own and operate a successful bed and breakfast, which at the time was called 40 Putney Road. It is currently the Inn on Putney Road. Ironically, in 2005, they had taken an online how to run a successful inn course from their future business partners' parents, Inn Consulting Partners. The couple redeveloped the property over the course of 5 years. They even created a craft beer pub on site. However, by 2011, they were feeling ready for something new. It seems all 3 were. So on a humble cocktail napkin at the Harpoon Brewery in 2011, our entrepreneurs sketched out a plan to redevelop the old Riverview Cafe, which boasted some of the best views in town and had been idle for the last year and a half. Opportunity realized. They gutted and remodeled it, and with an eye for the inclusion of a nano brewery, which would be the centerpiece of their plans, the Whetstone Station was born. Turning out hearty meals and producing countless never the same beer twice for their ever-growing fan base, they ultimately settled on 8 signature brews that would keep the place humming and their customers coming back for more. In 2015, another opportunity would arise and lead to the purchase of the old Hidden Acres Campground on Route 5 in Dummerston. Our first honoree describes the move as, "I think they must have drugged me," because he couldn't in his wildest dreams imagine why he would want to own a campground. However, the new property afforded the trio something the thriving Whetstone Station could not: outdoor space, and so Campfires was born. With some 18 acres, a miniature golf course, an old farmhouse, and land enough to develop an outdoor amphitheater, they could now welcome hosts of visiting campers and accommodate large outdoor events, all the while continuing to market their popular brews. They added the Rolling Stone, which is their mobile food cart and beer dispenser. And with the nod to their earlier hospitality roots, the farmhouse would become the Inn at Campfires. Opportunity realized. But our entrepreneurs weren't finished yet. Business was booming for the Whetstone Brewery, and they needed space to boost production. An old auto body repair building on Frost Street became available, and the remodeled space would help meet the demands of the growing craft beer and spirits industry that was sweeping the country, as well as greater Brattleboro. They could now ramp up production and greatly expand distribution. It would also enable them to return to those never the same beer twice days, where they were free to experiment and develop new brews. Finished? Not quite. It is said that necessity is the mother of invention, and that philosophy has certainly fueled our 3 entrepreneurs' various enterprises. Each venture led the way to the next one and was informed by the needs created from the previous one. So in 2021, when a prime piece of real estate in the very center of downtown Brattleboro became available, our trio saw a rough gem that just needed some polishing. The former River Garden would offer something unique and round out the opportunities developed by Whetstone Associates. Here was a chance to offer the public large indoor event space, something neither of which Whetstone Station or Campfires was capable. Here, tourists and locals alike could enjoy fresh craft beers from all over New England, lunch and dinner choices, local crafts, and live entertainment, and all with yet another killer view of the Connecticut River, and all in the heart of downtown Brattleboro. Our 3 saw their new venue as a kind of city market in Manhattan or Faneuil Hall in Boston, showcasing still more of the amazing Brattleboro experience. Refitted with a beautiful bar, new flooring, and dynamic lighting, and upgrading an existing commercial kitchen, Marketplace was born. Opportunity realized. Now the Chamber has an opportunity to realize for their amazing foresight and ability to look well beyond what is possible, for their risk-taking, a true sign of an entrepreneur, and for their heartfelt love of our town. The Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to name David Hiler and Tim and Amy Brady our 2021 Entrepreneurs of the Year. I know you guys are here because I can see Amy. I think I saw Tim. I know I saw David. If you would like to say anything, we'd love to hear from you.
Well, thank you so much. That piece makes us sound insane, but beautifully read, Tracy. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is truly an honor, Em. First of all, I want to thank the Chamber for all they do for this town, and it's really great to see everybody out here. Just impressed with this town's commitment to the town, and I think that's one of the reasons that we love it so much here. We're really honored to receive this award because, well, only took us 10 years to get here, but you can see by our actions that we continue to invest here because we love it, and this town really shares our standards and our values. We looked at a lot of other places during the last 10 years of business, and we just keep coming back to Brattleboro because of what it offers to us, but also what we feel like we can offer to the town and to the people that come here. So we just want to say a huge thanks, and this is truly an honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, David. Sorry, I got lost in listening to you. I am going to turn it back over to Greg to talk about the person of the year.
I just want to know if Tim or Amy wanted to say anything, since they're here. No?
Thank you very much. I will say that, it was unexpected, but it's so flattering in a sense because you live in your own bubble of like doing these things. Amy and I have always said we try to create spaces we want to hang out at. And so the focus is feels internal a little bit, where it's like, oh man, I would love to have a beer in this place, and so it's it was such a flattering moment to get that call and be like, wait, people are noticing or paying attention to what, so thank you so much. It's very humbling.
Okay. Our last award this morning is for the Person of the Year for 2021. This is our oldest award, dating back to 1954, when Harold Putnam became the first so honored. A lot has changed since those days, especially socially and technologically, but the very essence of the award, honoring someone who has made a significant contribution to the greater community, remains the same. Our Person of the Year was born in Brattleboro in 1962. They attended Brattleboro Union High School, and in 1984 earned an undergraduate degree from Middlebury College. However, aside from trips to Vermont to visit family, our honoree chose a path that would take them away from Brattleboro for much of their life. Fresh with a graduate degree from Fell's Center of Government in Philadelphia, our Person of the Year would begin their career in public service in that city as an executive assistant in the mayor's office. They soon moved up the ladder, but down the East Coast to Palm Beach, Florida, accepting an assistant town manager position our honoree would hold for 12 years. He had a wife and children now, and the couple agreed that ultimately they would want to settle in, quote, a place like Brattleboro. It became our yardstick. They craved a walkable community of human scale surrounded by an inspiring environment and outdoor recreation with a vibrancy more typical of a small city and easy access to one or more major cities. Where would they find a place like Brattleboro? Their journey would briefly take them north again to New Jersey, closer, but ultimately they returned to Palm Beach, where our honoree would accept the role of town manager, a position he would hold for 14 years. Still, they longed for that place like Brattleboro, but that didn't seem to be in the cards until one fateful day in 2014, when, as our honoree puts it, Brattleboro was left standing at the altar. He had been following the Brattleboro town news off and on via the internet, but September 24th, 2014, revealed a Brattleboro Reformer headline that actually made him angry. Brattleboro town manager candidate pulls out. The individual that had all but accepted the position had an 11th hour change of mind and declined to come to Brattleboro after all. Our honoree felt it was unconscionable for someone in his own field to behave so, and angry for his hometown to be left back at square one again. However, our honoree saw this as an opportunity. Maybe the place like Brattleboro was actually Brattleboro. The application process was closed, but he managed to contact the select board chair and asked if he might be able to apply after all. The board was more than open to him doing so. So to make a long story short, in 2015, our honoree, candidate number 51, was chosen to become the next town manager of Brattleboro, an office held earlier by his father for nearly 30 years. He set to work on January 20th, 2015, with a focus on town government services and processes. The town was in good shape financially, but some clumsy financial practices needed improving. So he initiated a comprehensive review of town operations. The police and fire facilities projects highlighted his financial commitment to infrastructure. And during this period, he began to address matters of racial and social equity within town government. The following robust statement appears on all town job listings and is posted as policy on the town website. It is the policy of the town of Brattleboro to guarantee equal opportunity to all qualified applicants and to all employees. The town will not discriminate with respect to initial appointment, advancement, and general working conditions against any person, regardless of their age, race, biological sex, gender identification, sexual orientation, marital status, national origin, religious or political affiliation, or disabilities. The town of Brattleboro is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we strongly encourage people of color, people with disabilities, LGBTQ applicants, and people from other underrepresented groups to apply, recognizing that and respecting that diverse perspectives and experiences are valuable to our team and essential to our public service. At this time, an HR director was hired and the town became more involved with community collaborations. Enter COVID. The world changed for all of us right at the outset, but most of us only needed to worry about our families and friends, perhaps the people with whom we work or who work for us. Our honoree had to deal with all the town employees and the huge diversity of vocations that each department represented. How could he keep them all safe? I quote, "There was a lot of adapting on the fly and then readapting and readapting again." Near the end of his tenure, our honoree appointed a new police chief, fire chief, public works director, and all within a year. It is also noteworthy that when he first arrived, the department heads numbered 7 men, 2 women, and were all white. In his wake, he leaves 7 women, 2 men, and 2 of those 9 are BIPOC. A great legacy indeed. When I asked him what he is most proud of, our honoree described it this way. Number 1, listening to everyone. I never came in thinking I had all the answers, and helping people who disagree find common ground. Number 2, strengthening town governance and general administrative practices while deepening town government's collaboration with the community. Number 3, overseeing a general transition in the management team and leading an outstanding group of leaders, and most of them still in the middle of their careers. Our person of the year was described by a close associate this way, quote, "He always understood what it was the people he always understood that it was the people for whom he worked. He's trustworthy, caring, honest, sincere, very energetic, fair, impartial, a diffuser of bad situations, and a creative problem solver. And he remembers so much, it's incredible what he retains. Well, I'm sure you've all guessed long before now who our honoree is. So for stepping up to the plate and taking on the task of helping Brattleboro become a better place in which to live, for inexhaustible devotion and commitment to our community, the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to name Peter Elwell our 2021 Person of the Year.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg, and thank you to the Chamber Board. I guess I'm probably the only person in the Zoom meeting this morning who's actually grateful that it's a Zoom meeting. I know we're all done with that and would much rather be in a room together, and truly I would rather be in a room with you too. But it's only because we're on Zoom that I knew about this in advance. You know, this is always a tricky business for the board to make sure that the honorees are in the room when the moment occurs. And Greg knows this, and now the rest of you will too. There's not a lot that can actually leave me speechless, but this did. I was shocked actually to learn that we were going to share this moment together, and so grateful. Greg told the story. Wendy and I really have always loved Brattleboro. I loved growing up here. I always, looked forward to the visits back and hoped that we would, as he said, live in a place like Brattleboro someday. Wendy shows very much that same set of values. And so over the years, we kept looking for an opportunity to find that place. And for one reason or another, it just didn't happen. And we spent a long time in Florida. And by the time we'd been there long enough for the kids to get into middle school and then into high school, we wanted to stay put and see them through that. And it's just amazing to me. I feel so fortunate that at the moment when our youngest was getting ready to graduate from high school was the moment when that frankly unethical thing happened. And whoever that person was who made a commitment to Brattleboro and then walked away from it in a way that was embarrassing, in addition to inconvenient. I guess, Tracy, I'm going to borrow from you. It opened up an opportunity, and I'm just so grateful that that unplannable, unimaginable turn of events actually landed where it did at the right time, so that I and my family could move up here. So thank you for this recognition. I do want to thank my family because in addition to embracing Brattleboro as our home, there've also been other sacrifices along the way. That move was wonderful and we've all enjoyed being here together, but it came at some inconvenience to other members of the family, particularly Wendy. But with full commitment and excitement about actually having that place like Brattleboro be Brattleboro, we've done this together all the way through. So I'm grateful for that, and to the team at Town of Brattleboro that I've had the opportunity to work with, select board members, and certainly all the members of the town staff who don't work in such visible positions, most of them, but show up with absolutely the same commitment and desire to make positive change, serve the community well, work with the community in finding new and better ways all the time to serve Brattleboro. It's a great team all the way across town government, and particularly that sort of newish group of department heads I want to shout out for, because there has been a lot of transition over the last 5 or 6 years and some really terrific people assuming positions of leadership at times that have been especially challenging. And so I thank them for the work that we got to do together, and I'm really excited about the work that will continue. And lastly, I want to say to all of you in all the little boxes, and this I think also is reflected in the two other honorees today. We have a 100-year-old institution that's literally visually iconic as a representation of Brattleboro with the ski jumper. And we have the entrepreneurial award going to folks who have created multiple new business opportunities right here in Brattleboro, making them successful and making them part of the vibrancy of the town. And so, we got the old and we got the new, and we've got folks from away who have come and embraced Brattleboro as their home that they've adopted, and they love it every bit as much as those of us who were born here. And for those of us who were born here, some have stayed through and invested yourselves your whole lives, and others of us went away and came back. There's such a mix of experiences that we're all bound together with our love for Brattleboro and our commitment to just, whatever is the particular thing we love doing, do it and do it in a way that builds community. So thank you all for your contributions to that. And I look forward to being part of it as a volunteering community member with you going forward.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for those great words. Congratulations to all of our award winners. Thank you for what you have and continue to bring to our community. We are all grateful for all your efforts. Before we close today, I do want to acknowledge and thank Greg, our Executive Director of the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce. Greg stepped into this role about halfway through the year and has really stepped up and done a wonderful job. So thank you, Greg, for all of your efforts with not only today, but every day. And thank you for stepping into this role. It's been great. So on that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning at our annual meeting. Of course, huge thanks to all the members for your support and throughout the year. Couldn't do it without you. If you know of businesses in the Brattleboro area that are not members, please encourage them to become members of the chamber. And with that, goodbye and thank you.